Of hard work, all Aussies have a bright light at the end of the tunnel. It's called retirement. But if the government follows through with its latest idea to balance the budget, for many, that bright light will be a few years further away.
Right now, our society is sitting on a huge ticking time bomb that will eventually affect the lives of every single Australian. That time bomb is us.
1 in every 3 children born today will live to 100.
Over the next 35 years, the number of Australians aged 65 to 84 is set to double. The number of people aged over 85 will quadruple. This growth in Aussie oldies will put huge pressure on the age pension system, already the single most expensive item on the nation's budget. It's a massive problem with no easy solutions. But head of budget 2014, Treasurer Joe Hockey signalled that he's got a couple of ideas.
There is a serious question as to whether our current welfare system, which was designed in the 20th century, is sustainable in the 21st century.
On the table, jacking up the retirement age to 70 years old and changing the way the age pension is indexed to slow the rate at which it increases over time.
Tony Abbott said there would be no cuts to education, no cuts to health, no changes to the pension.
And we're old.
I want you to have a look at something here. There's a big issue with Tony Abbott. Now, Tony Abbott, before the last federal election, this was the day before. Now, remember how much play he made of Julia Gillard breaking her carbon tax promise? Have a look at this.
No cuts to education, no cuts to health, no change to pensions, no change to the GST, and no cuts to the ABC or SBS.
This is my captain's call, if you like. This is my captain's call. As I said, this is my captain's call. This is my captain's call. I have made a captain's call here.
Broken promise or not. Even with a scheduled increase in the retirement age from 65 to 67 hitting in 2023, the country simply can't afford it. But experts say there's no point in raising the retirement age if older workers can't get a job.
There are about 2 million people over 55 who were prepared to work full or part-time but cannot find work.
If mature-aged Aussies aren't made welcome in the workplace, then the risk is that they'll just be shifted from one form of welfare to another.
We find that older people can be on Newstart for over 70 weeks. They're not paying taxes, they're not saving for their super, they're not out there consuming goods and services.
So is all this talk of tough love on pensions going to create a whole new set of issues? Or can we actually change workplace culture to value older Australians?
Marilyn King is the founder of Willing Older Workers and works every day with mature Aussies struggling to find a job. Marilyn, this is an issue that's close to your home, isn't it?
Absolutely. We started WOW because my husband couldn't get work. He was fired when he was 62 and the next few years were pretty rough.
Marilyn, in the debate we're having today about increasing the pension age, there's not much point, is there, throwing a whole lot of people off the pension and then trying to get them to live on the dole? I mean, that's even less money.
Yes, and it's also less benefits. If you're on a pension, you get your discount in your rates and your vehicle registration, etc. You don't get that when you're on a Newstart.
Marilyn, there seems to be a mix, you know, some older people who retire and want to go back to work because it gives them a purpose and they love it, and others who have been waiting to have the time to enjoy their life more. What do you find from the people that you're working with and dealing with?
Well, we help people who are over 50 and unemployed, but we're also now having a lot of pensioners coming to us asking for assistance because they're struggling financially. They come and get their weekly free food. We're finding that a lot of the people that want to work would do anything. We have a woman who's got degrees and she's cleaning toilets because she wants to work.
We've got a funny feeling you're probably going to get a lot busier in the years to come, Marilyn. Keep up the good work. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
The problem is, I think when you look at the statistics, something has to change.
As I said, this is my captain's call. This is my captain's call. I have made a captain's call here.
I mean, 1 in 3 kids born today will be living to 100.
Well, this is our generation they're talking about here.
Yeah, the people who should be most interested in this story are the people in their 30s and 40s, because what the government quite clearly is signalling here is the government are not going to fund it.
But you've got to be able to get a job. If you're discriminated against because you're old, that's not going to help
yeah,
anybody.
And you can't say, you're right, and you can't say to people who are 70, you're going to have to go and work in manual labour, digging roads. I mean, you physically can't do it.
But the upside to this problem is we've reached this because we're living longer. I mean, we're not living to 72. We're living to, by the time 2023 comes around, we're going to be living on average to 84.
Great fun being 78 and not being able to move.
I'm not saying that, but
money.
I mean, we have to, the logic here would suggest we have to be able to pay for us when...
Your life is a lie.